Video games and Hollywood still are an awful match, resulting in mediocre films or guilty pleasures at best. So, with over 2 decades of video game movies behind us, it's time to pick the best ones. For this list, we're only selecting live-action movies, and we're keeping it at 1 entry per franchise. So grab some popcorn, because here are the 10 best movies based on video games ever made.
Our world is dying. There is nothing to go back to.
Let's kick off with the most popular film on the list, Warcraft. The film currently holds the record of being the most successful video game adaptation to date. Warcraft didn't make that much of a splash in the West, but it was a great commercial success in China.
They're beasts. They should all be destroyed.
The movie has a complicated, dull story, some mediocre acting, and special effects that look a little dated. However, this didn't matter to the fans because many of them love seeing their favorite gaming universe on the silver screen.
Whatever you plan to do it now!
Need for Speed is an enjoyable film that has little to do with the video game series. This is understandable since the series doesn't have a central cast of characters. Of course, the film is full of car crashes, but most of them just aren't that good. The acting by Dominic Cooper and Aaron Paul is alright, but the story is below average.
I'm willing to give $6 million to anyone who puts a stop to him.
We'll settle this behind the wheel.
The Fast and Furious series does a much better job of being Need for Speed on the big screen. There is a sequel coming though.
Maybe we should rethink the plan.
I'm never gonna stop.
His purpose: to rid the world of the evil that infects it.
Timothy Olyphant plays the role of Agent 47 in the first Hitman movie and does an okay job at it. The problem with this movie is that it's the kind of dumb action movie that has little to do with the series. Hitman kills a lot of bad guys, of course, but the way he kills his enemies has much less style than in the games. What's left is a mediocre film with a boring story about a bold assassin murdering a lot of bad guys. We can all agree that the Hitman franchise is about much more than that. The series got a second shot at the silver screen in 2015, but that one was even worse. Too bad.
He's here to kill you.
We've traced his bloodline back 500 years to the Assassin's Creed.
The most recent entry on this list is Assassin's Creed starring Michael Fassbender. The film is alright and does a lot in terms of fan service. It's not directly based on one of the games from the franchise, but contains all new characters in the same universe. The film is pretty grim and contains lots of elements from the games, which is great.
It felt real.
It was.
However, we couldn't help but feel disappointed after seeing this film. The fact that more sequels are on the way makes us wonder if they will fare any better. Let us hope future films will explore some of the various time periods used in the game, because that would be amazing.
We work in the dark to serve the light.
It has begun!
Mortal Kombat might look kind of silly and outdated by today's standards, but back in the day it was quite enjoyable. And even now, after more than 20 years, it does a pretty good job of translating the games to film. The special effects and dialogue are hilarious and will definitely crack you up a couple of times. Did you know series creator Ed Boon voices Scorpion in the movie? Watching this one will definitely give you some pleasure. Just don't take it too seriously and appreciate it as a dumb action movie. You won't regret watching this one, especially with some friends.
You can't run from me, Shang! I don't need to run.
Ace Attorney is a Japanese movie based on the courtroom drama game Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. The film tells the story of a few of the cases that were present in the game, combining them all together in a movie plot. And although the Japanese quirkiness isn't for everybody, this movie is really fun to watch. It does a nice job of translating the game series to the big screen. Critics said the movie was even fun to watch if the viewer didn't have any knowledge of the game series. So go ahead, watch it, and see if you object to this statement.
We can be partners.
You might try to kill me.
I'm not going to kill you.
I said you'd try.
Angelina Jolie starring as Lara Croft in the Tomb Raider movie was the perfect casting job for this sexy game hero. It worked because the movie was a success and launched the video game movie craze in the early 2000s. Tomb Raider wasn't anything too special, but it was quite enjoyable to watch. Especially the combat scenes were impressive for the time. It did get a sequel that wasn't too bad either. It seems that there's about to be a reboot in the making with Alicia Vikander playing the role of Lara Croft. We can't wait to see the more modern take on Lara Croft translated to the silver screen.
For some, discovering the secrets of the world is the only way to live.
Video game adaptations were widely ridiculed until Silent Hill arrived in cinemas. This pretty awesome horror flick is definitely worth watching. Rasha Mitchell plays the role of Rose, who goes looking for her stepdaughter in the spooky town of Silent Hill. The film isn't a straight translation, but contains elements from various games in the series. It succeeded in delivering the same atmosphere the horror series is known for. Silent Hill eventually got a sequel in 2012 called Revelation, but unfortunately this one was considered to be a critical and commercial failure.
The gods have a plan for you, a destiny.
Jake Gyllenhaal takes on the role of Dastan, who is better known as the Prince of Persia. The Sands of Time is a very enjoyable movie that stays true to the game series. The film tells the story of the first The Sands of Time game and mixes this with some elements from Warrior Within and Two Thrones. Disney did quite a good job, and the movie was the highest-grossing video game adaptation upon release. The film was a success, but strangely didn't spawn a sequel. Prince of Persia looked awesome and made us want more of this sort of stuff. So Disney, go make that sequel.
That's impossible.
You'll have to do better than that.
Okay. Bring it on. Evacuate! Evacuate!
Beat me, man! You took a chunk clean right out of me!
The best example of video games translated to the silver screen is probably the Resident Evil movie franchise. Though none of them are considered to be actual masterpieces, the series did raise the bar for the whole industry. It showed that it is possible to make a decent movie franchise based on video games. When it comes to review scores, it seems that the first one is the highest rated movie in the series. But the third installment, Extinction, also received some pretty good reviews. The sixth installment, called The Final Chapter, actually just came out recently, so we leave it up to you to decide if this one is any good. What's your favorite video game movie of all time? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel.
I'll crush him in one blow.
All right. Let's dance.